Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Hedera, aka Hbar. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. And if you are a true Hbarbarian, and if you guys do enjoy any of the information in this video, and if you do find it valuable, interesting, or useful in any sort of way possible, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. So with all of that in mind, yes, Bitcoin is going on a little bit of, a late night run. It is currently about 2:18 a.m., but it is up about 3.35%. Hbar, up 16.20%. Trading volume up 178% in anticipation for, of course, the next major thing, which I'm going to be talking about in this video in a couple minutes. So overall, with the price action lately, yes, it is pretty good price action. Nice volume, nothing too crazy there. RSI nearing the 60 mark. We still have a long ways to go. I mean, we are in 152 days of accumulation. I'm not gonna lie to you guys about that. It's pretty rough. I get it. But let's get rid of that. Let's talk about real quick where we currently are on price. So obviously nearing that resistance point back in February, of course, February 7th. We are still in February. But overall, we are nearing that same, point where we rejected off and came down and retested, of course, 22 cents. Overall, I'm still watching this closely because we did something similar here back in August, where we are almost at the same resistance levels of August 14th and August 15th before, of course, we eventually broke out of this around September. I'm not saying that we're going to be doing the same thing. I'm just saying right now, currently, the price action is very significant on Hbar, being up a nice, juicy, of course, 16%. If we're talking about from these bottom lows here, we are talking almost, an 18% exact. And then at the top of this candle, it was roughly about a 20% nice increase. So overall, price action looking pretty good in terms of the Hbar Bitcoin pair. We can go check that out real quick. So again, nice impulse here. RSI a little bit weaker here, nothing too crazy there. Nice volume, pretty good volume overall, nothing too crazy still. But we have a long way to go until we get to the next major, of course, resistance level, which is about 640 sats. So I'm watching that closely. We really want to be back into this nice sort of chop zone between 642 to 750 sats exact. We have not broken this parabolic point on the chart, and this goes all the way back to like October. I specifically remember tweeting something out around this point back here saying, if we flip this level, prepare for the parabolic price moves on the USD pair, and we are still a far ways from that area, but that definitely is, the major level that I've been watching for and waiting for since all the way back in October. But also we are watching Bitcoin closely. Bitcoin is still around this 43.6K area. It's concerning because it is next to the 44K zone to really kind of reject off of this. If we do see some nice price action on Bitcoin, I'm not too worried about us, hitting resistance after about 48K. But anything before that level is concerning to me because this is also, 48K is also the level that we rejected off back in January, to really kind of reach these impending, $30,000 levels. So I'm watching this market closely, specifically regarding Bitcoin, because I am watching us, to see if we do get that rejection or not. So I'm watching Bitcoin closely in terms of even altcoins as well. Now, I do want to talk to you guys about the exciting news. We are seeing Hbar getting listed on another exchange today. So I'm watching this one. It's not going to be Coinbase from what I've seen. We're going to be talking about that. Could it be Celsius? It would be interesting, to say the least, to see Celsius listing. I know some people said that it could be, sort of a disappointment if we get listed on, Celsius, which we could talk about real quick here. So we have confirmation that it is not Coinbase. but we should still be excited. We do see here, if it is Celsius, it is not exciting at all because it's been supposed to list Hbar since several months ago, and it cannot make any remarkable bullish turn. In my opinion, it will be very transitory spike. However, Bitcoin PA is much more important than Hbar at the moment, and this is true. We want to keep watching Bitcoin, but it is more so about accessibility for Hbar. I mean, if we are talking about Celsius, we do know that Celsius is currently at number, actually, I don't even think Celsius is here on the top 100 list. But we do know that Celsius is pretty big. It's nothing too concerning to me in terms of its, major. Yeah, I would say that Celsius is probably one of the less exciting exchanges to list us, but it's still something to watch for because, of course, if it is, it does allow more accessibility. But I do agree when we do talk about Bitcoin being a little bit more important than Hbar currently. I'm just excited to see this listing. We even see here, so Color Scheme hints at Celsius Network, which still has 214,000 followers. It's still a pretty significant exchange. Thanks, Good Boy Invest, for the suggestion. However, Kraken FX uses similar hues as well. Or is the clue in Hbar Foundation's question, are you bullish? Could it in fact be eToro? Toro in Spanish for bull. We don't know, right? Could it be Kraken FX? I think that the, hue difference here is a little bit, too different. I would say that the Celsius one is more of a confirmation here. I do think that it is Celsius just because of the hue in the logo compared to the hue on the logo here for the Hbar logo. So Celsius, it is what it is. I still think that Celsius is a pretty significant, exchange to have us listed on because it does still provide major eyes for Hbar, and I'm very, very excited for this. Honestly, I'm just excited to see more exchange listings because although we have some major exchange listings already for us, it doesn't hurt to have more. And in terms of accessibility, it does allow for a lot more eyes on Hbar. We have currently 73 exchange listing or pairs, so that's pretty significant. And just tally up another one. We also hear technologies like Hedera are often overlooked at first because they are so ahead of their industry blockchain that people can't even grasp the full potential. But when people finally catch up, there comes the breakthrough moment and exponential adoption happens. It's coming, Hbar. And honestly, I just said this the other day to a friend of mine. I said, if we're talking about, Hashgraph taking over or Hashgraph being as big as blockchain technology, it's going to take some time. I mean, realistically speaking, if we are talking about, Hedera becoming the next major, name in the space, I just think that we are still a little ways behind that. And I don't think that we're going to be too far behind. I even said this on my Twitter today. I was talking to you guys a little bit about some price targets for some of my altcoin holdings. I said, Hbar will hit $100. It's going to happen sooner than you all expect to. I'm looking at 2025 to 2030. Now, I know a lot of you are probably going to say, I don't have 8 years, or, maybe some of you are going to say, I don't have 3 years. I want you to all realize that, time in this market is always going to be, greater than timing the market. Because guess what? Those who held Bitcoin from, we'll say 2010 to 2015, for an example, made incredible gains. But it's not all about getting in early. For example, those who bought the top in 2017 for $20,000, still 3x their money this year. Okay, and this is 2017, and we'll just say, 2017 to about 2021, 4 years exact, right? It only took 4 years for them to triple their money. And I know that to some people, tripling your money might not seem like a lot, but it is still a lot if you are talking about buying the exact top and selling, near the top this bull run. And those who, of course, bought the dip down here at around like $3,500, those individuals made some incredible gains. We're talking about almost a 20x opportunity for those individuals that did buy that dip. Now, again, this is exactly why I say prepare your Hbar bags for the future, because we are still seeing some exponential growth here. And we do see our Hedera GC member DBS Bank is set to launch crypto trading to retail. One of the first use cases outlined for Hbar in its white paper was a stock market with fair ordering. Could we see a central bank crypto exchange built on the hash graph? This would be extremely huge. I think that this would be massive, and we do see our crypto exchanges are kind of neobanks. Traditional banks will enter exchange business for sure, because it's where new money is. I'm 100% sure this will be built on Hedera, and I do completely agree. I think that when we are talking about this, I think that Hedera is the only major DLT platform out there that could handle the immense amount of volume that will flow over it if we do see, of course, a bank becoming an exchange business. I just mentioned this with Coinbase during the Super Bowl, with it going down during its ad placement. I said, we need better servers. And of course, DBS Bank is a major bank. I talked to you guys a little bit about this with the announcement. Now, this goes back to 2020 only. Okay, so you guys have to understand that this is actually a little bit of an older snapshot. But of course, we do see our 646 billion total assets in SGD, 4.72 billion in net profit, 7.8 billion brand value in USD, and of course, greater than 30,000 employees, 53 years of history, our heritage, and 18 markets and 25 global awards. And of course, this is such a major company. Or I shouldn't even say company, but this is such a major bank, and for them to really kind of get in on, crypto trading, this is going to be huge. This is all for retail individuals as well. And of course, we do see DBS as the first bank in Southeast Asia to join the Hedera Governing Council. Just saying, all the roads kind of connect back to Hedera. I'm very excited for this, and I'm very excited, to say the least, to see what happens with this. Don't know if Hedera is going to be involved in this at all, but if it is, I want you to all prepare for what is going to be happening. And in terms of NFTs, so we just seen an NFT adoption happen on Hedera with LG Electronics, and now we do see new Samsung-backed university to issue diploma NFTs to select graduates. This is also very interesting. I'm glad to see NFTs continuing to get built out in terms of course, major use cases regarding retail individuals. I love to see this because it does allow for a major bridge to be put in place for, of course, the bridge to, the retail individuals to, of course, NFTs alone. I really do think that NFTs are going to continue to grow and grow and grow. And I'm just excited, to say the least, for everything that is happening within crypto. We're seeing a lot of, talks about CBDCs. For an example, Iran works its way around by considering creating a central bank of digital currency, aiming to counteract the effects of sanctions imposed by the U.S. And I do believe that with sanctions and with things talking about, Russia and stuff, even with SWIFT, I think that this is going to streamline the CBDC adoption and digitization of the financial system. And this is also going to streamline the idea of these major banks like DBS moving in, of course, on crypto. And this is a mega bank with $500 billion in assets. And we're seeing Bank of America talk about crypto. We're seeing major hedge funds move in on, of course, crypto. We do know that this is the future. And honestly, when we are talking about, crypto adoption, and if we're talking more so about CBDCs, like I said, CBDCs, in my opinion, are going to streamline mass adoption of the banks moving in on it, but also the idea of course, the U.S. sanctions, and of course talks about SWIFT being utilized as a financial weapon, is going to streamline CBDC adoption and development, and of course will in turn streamline adoption of crypto. So with all of that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.